Hello guys, hope you all are doing well. Welcome to ID Talk TV. In this video, I'll be bringing you the match review between Chelsea versus Fulham at the Stamford Bridge. But before we look into the match review between Chelsea versus Fulham in the West London derby, let's take a look at some of the latest happening in the transfer window. Let's dive into it. Yes, the latest coming because finally it has happened. Check this out from Florian Plattenberg. Exclusive, Nicholas Jackson to FC Bayern, done deal. Full agreement with Chelsea following the prior verbal agreement with the 24-year-old striker. Loan with an option to buy. Loan fee €15 million, one payment, full salary covered. Max Ebel was pushing for him. Deal broker by award-winning agent Halibarat. Jackson will arrive in Munich today. Exclusive news said to be official. Fabrizio Romano went on to confirm Nicholas Jackson move to FC Bayern Munich. Take a look at what Fabrizio Romano has to say. Exclusive, Nicholas Jackson to Bayern. Here we go. Deal agreed with Chelsea on initial loan move. €15 million loan fee for 1 season plus buy option clause, not mandatory, for 80 million package and sell on clause. Jackson set to fly to Bavaria with his agent Halibarat from Epic Sport. Fabrizio Romano went on to say this: Nicholas Jackson will land in Munich later tonight after €15 million loan move agreed with Bayern. Initial test tonight, then main part of medical on Sunday morning. Jackson already agreed his contract if buy option clause gets triggered in 2026. Nicholas Jackson has joined FC Bayern Munich, and it has been reported that a loan fee of €15 million have been agreed between Chelsea and FC Bayern Munich. The buyback clause option is not mandatory, as Bayern Munich might want to keep the 24-year-old on a permanent deal or choose not to get him on the €80 million package. But one thing about the deal that interests me more as a Chelsea fan is the terms involved. The salary is fully covered by FC Bayern Munich, and that is just a fantastic deal. But the buyback option clause is not mandatory. So Nicholas Jackson will fly to Bayern Munich tonight and will have some part of the test and will complete the remaining of his medical on Sunday morning. Good luck to Nicholas Jackson as he starts a new adventure with FC Bayern Munich. Okay, if you think Chelsea are done in the transfer market, you might just be thinking wrongly. Take a look at the latest coming in from Fabrizio Romano. Exclusive, Chelsea sent official proposal to FC Bayern for Fermin Lopez. Initial proposal worth €40 million has been submitted this afternoon right after the game. Chelsea Football Club are waiting answer from Barca after sending a proposal today. Chelsea Football Club, after the game between Chelsea versus Fulham United at Stamford Bridge, have sent in an official bid for the signature of Fermin Lopez. The deal worth €40 million that Chelsea is waiting for the response from Barcelona. And here is what FC Barcelona have to say after Chelsea sent in a bid. Barcelona maintained their position. No plan to sell Fermin Lopez this summer following Chelsea bid. The only way for Fermin exit will be in case he decides to leave, with future now in players' hands. So, Barcelona have maintained their stand that Fermin Lopez is not for sale. But the only way the player will want to leave is if he decides to leave. And FC Barcelona are waiting for response from Fermin Lopez because they said the decision is in the players' hands. So we'll wait and see what the coming days in the transfer market, which is less than 2 days, will offer, because Barcelona have said to Fermin Lopez that the decision is with the player to make. And a couple of days ago, reports have it that Chelsea have had talks with Fermin Lopez, precisely. Enzo Maresca have had talk with Fermin Lopez. And I want to believe Fermin Lopez will come out with a positive response to Chelsea. So let's see how this will play out in the coming days. Okay, still in the transfer market, check the latest from the red side of Manchester United. Check this out from Manchester United. Breaking, Rasmus Højlund to Napoli. Here we go. Verbal agreement done between all parties involved. Loan deal for €6 million fee with buy option clause to become mandatory under certain conditions worth €44 million. Højlund said yes to Napoli days ago, set for medical in the next 24 hours. Rasmus Højlund has joined FC Napoli on a season-long loan with an option to buy. With an option of a permanent deal, which is worth around €44 million. Rasmus Højlund says yes to FC Napoli project days ago, and the player has left Manchester United. The medical is set to take place within the next 24 hours. So, Højlund will be plying his trade with FC Napoli, with SS Napoli, who have been in the market in search of a striker to replace injured Romelu Lukaku. And SS Napoli has finally gotten Rasmus Højlund. Fair play to Højlund. Hope to see you do great things with Napoli Football Club. Okay. Rasmus Højlund, Napoli, done deal. Full agreement reached between all parties. It's a loan with an option to buy. Højlund already gave the green light to Napoli days ago, as reported. Medical schedule soon. That is from Florian Plettenberg of Sky Sports, still reiterating exactly the same report that Fabrizio Romano has actually put out already. So, Rasmus Højlund has joined FC Napoli, but we wait official announcement from SS Napoli Football Club. Okay, take a look at the latest regarding Tyreek George. AS Roma has scheduled new direct talk for Tyreek George after he played for Chelsea today. Negotiation underway on permanent deal with heavy sell-on clause. Understand, Fulham also called, but AS Roma try to anticipate other clubs. Okay, Tyreek George actually came off the bench today to take part in the win between Chelsea versus Fulham United. So, and after the match, AS Roma has scheduled a direct talk again with Chelsea regarding Tyreek George. So we'll see how this is going to play out. It is reported that the deal is going to be permanent with a sell-on clause attached. So let's see what happens in the next couple of days before the transfer market will shut down. All right. So let's dive into it. Let's switch gear as we take a look at the match analysis between Chelsea Football Club versus Fulham. It was a West London derby at Stamford Bridge, and Chelsea went on to defeat Fulham by 2-0. Okay, let's look at how Chelsea actually set up in that game. Enzo Maresca set up in a traditional 4-2-3-1 formation with Robert Sanchez in between the stick. The full-backs are Malo Gusto at the right back and Marc Cucurella at the left back. The centre backs, we have Trevor Chalobah and Tosin Adarabioyo. The two pivot midfield was Enzo Fernandez and Moses Caicedo. While the attacking midfield through, we have Pedro Neto at the left wing and Estaval at the right wing. The central attacking midfield was João Pedro, and up front was Liam Delap. Chelsea started the game in a very poor form, and an early scar from Fulham actually fired wide. And also, Chelsea actually retreated that game when Liam Delap had the chance, but his shot was blocked off for a corner. In the 15th minute of the game, a long cross or a long ball was sent in for Liam Delap, and Liam Delap, after having chased the ball, sustained an hamstring injury. And at that point, Chelsea actually had to make a quick change, which to me, in my opinion, altered the tactical play of the game. Liam Delap was substituted at the 14th minute with an hamstring injury, and Tyreek George actually came in. Tariq George immediately took the left wing side of the pitch, while Joao Pedro became the point man, and Estaval played at the central attacking midfield role, and Pedro Neto actually switched to the right flank. Chelsea were now given a scare at the 21st minute when Josh King took a through pass from the center and got Fulham in front of goal. And that is where the VAR was called into question. Now, before that goal was called, the Fulham player that actually took the ball, the method at which he wanted to dribble past Trevor Chalobah, having make that back dribble, his foot actually stepped on Trevor Chalobah. A lot of people argue that it wasn't a foul, that if he had turned, he expected to actually land his foot somewhere. Come on. That call that cancelled the goals scored by Fulham was just the right call, as the player stepped his foot. In fact, he actually planted his foot on Trevor Chalobah. So that call by the VAR crew was a good call, and the goal and the scoreline remained goalless at this point in time. Then, after that goal was cancelled by the help of VAR, Chelsea began to gain composure in the game, and the midfield began to get control of the game. The tempo of the game began to go higher. But Chelsea was not actually at their best in the first half of that game, as the performance in the first half generally was very shambolic, if I must use that word. But late in the first half, because of the VAR delay, 8 minutes added time was added into the first half, and at the end of the first half, Chelsea won a corner which was actually swung in by Enzo Fernandez and was headed in by none other than Joao Pedro. Joao Pedro gave Chelsea the lead at the end of the first half, and Chelsea ended the first half 1-0. Now, that goes to show that Joao Pedro have actually scored 2 Premier League goals back-to-back in 2 Premier League matches. He scored at West Ham when Chelsea demolished West Ham United last week at the London Stadium by 5-1. And today, he put Chelsea in front with the opening goal at the end of the first half. In the second half, Chelsea resumed the game and gained full control of the game, but not without resilience from the Fulham side that was structured very well and full of confidence. Despite being a goal down, they were still trying to drive and push on. But Chelsea, at this point, have taken full control already of the game. At the 60th minute in the game, Trevor Chalobah swung in a cross, and that struck the arm of Sessegnon inside the 18 box. It was a clear-call penalty. The referee went on, and there was a VAR call to check on that. After several times, Chelsea was awarded the penalty. Enzo Fernandez stepped forward confidently and converted the spot kick and gave Chelsea and doubles Chelsea lead. At this point, Chelsea lead 2-0. Chelsea, at this point, has taken full control of the game, and it was Chelsea all the way. Enzo Maresca went on to make some couple of changes. Rhys James actually came in. Jamie Gittins came in for Estaval, and also a couple of players that actually came in the second half. And Chelsea maintained the tempo of the game after going to go up. And that was how the game ended in favor of Chelsea. West London derby at Stamford Bridge. It finished Chelsea 2, Fulham 0. Now, there are some couple of key performance from players, and I think I'll start with Joao Pedro. Joao Pedro, excellent. I mean, looked more like a finisher than playing either as an attacking midfield central position or playing from the flank. But it was good to see that Joao Pedro actually did what he knows how to do best. Enzo Fernandez started the game very poorly. Then he was not at its best, but he managed to actually provide an assist and also scored a goal. Decent performance at the end of it. The Chelsea defense line, though, started very shaky. At the end, they actually gained their composure and came into the game. But the sad part of the game was when Liam Delap was injured out of the game with an hamstring injury. and that calls for concern. It's now beginning to show that that limited time Chelsea had for preseason was actually not just enough. And that is my fear. That is the fear I'm actually having for Chelsea, because that preseason they never had enough time, they never had enough rest, might actually be what will come to haunt us at the end. But I just hope it's not going to be. So at this point in time, I think if Liam Delap is out injured like this, I think Chelsea need to go into the transfer market quickly to get a third striker, because as it looks like, as it stands now, Chelsea were actually looking for Xavi Simons, who can also play that attacking role very well should any of such incident happen, because he was coming in as a squad depth. But now, Nicholas Jackson is already out on loan to FC Bayern Munich, and Chelsea need a third striker. We just have to go out before the transfer market will shut down and get a third striker, almost in the class of Nicholas Jackson. So, who will you give the Man of the Match award in the game that Chelsea defeated Fulham by 2-0? And what do you make of all the latest happening in the transfer market? Drop your comment down below. Thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Catch you and bye.